Welcome back to State of Decay 2 and the Salt of the Earth. I haven't been playing with these folks for a while, but I actually used this community while I was participating in Obsidian's Extra Life streams. And so I brought these characters in, and so now I've kind of, you can see that my my character is deeply infected, out of bullets. She's not in a great situation, and she's also wearing the most ridiculous outfit I could come up with for her. So let me just try to fix these characters up a little bit. There's a few reasons why I've come back to the Salt of the Earth, at least short term. Let me drop off the stuff that I stole from my compadres at Obsidian. And I should probably grab myself some heals. There we go. So yeah, since we were the guests on Obsidian's stream, we really wanted to, Joe and I really wanted to make the game look as good as possible. So we dressed our characters up like extremely fancy people. I probably want to put her back to normal, though. Originally I had her dressed as kind of a cowgirl, and maybe I still am into that. Let's see here. I forgot what I had her in, though. This might be a little bit too much of a cowgirl. That's a little bit much. What about ranch hand jacket? That's a little cooler. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's go ranch hand jacket, and let's give her a different hat. Get more of a classic cowboy hat look. There we go. Yeah, that's her new look. So yeah, there's a few different things I wanted to do. One is, oh, you can see up there, I've got, which way do I point? Right there! You can see my bounties. There's this one bounty that I could not get in the Lion's Share community because they don't have a mechanic, and I couldn't craft any toolkits. Well, guess what? The Salt of the Earth have got a mechanic, and they can craft toolkits. So I'm going to do that right now. Let's just grab ourselves a bunch of toolkits. I need 10 of them. So this is going to take a while. Actually, I'm curious. Does an advanced toolkit count for this bounty? It does! Awesome. Well, let's make those. Those are way better than regular toolkits. Nope. Well, I'll just sit here and quietly die inside because of the inconvenience of this interaction. Oh my gosh. Stop it. I'm not even counting. That was 6? Okay. We're going to keep going. Do. All this crafting is actually reminding me of a newly released game that I just started playing called The Last Stand Aftermath, which has got a very nice, simple, clever crafting system. Boom. Which I really, really enjoy. And at some point, I'm probably going to play it on this stream. Not quite yet, because I think I want to get better at the game first. And really sort of understand it before I try to demo it for anybody else. But it is a really cool game. If you're into the zombie apocalypse and you're into roguelikes at all, it's a really, really good example of both. So, since I'm here with the Salt of the Earth, there's a few things I want to do. I'd like to go to the Bounty Broker and pick up some of the things that I've been unlocking lately. And I should probably clean up just a few of the messes that are around my base. And that'll be it. You know, I am kind of putting the Salt of the Earth a little bit on hiatus while I play with the Lion's Share. But, you know, you got to check in with your friends every now and then, and that's what I'm doing here. So Sunny Games is saying, great haircut. I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you. Yeah, there's a few folks who follow me now who didn't follow me a year and a half ago, where like I actually had a mohawk really consistently for something like 3 or 4 years. But a lot of you have joined more recently than that, have not really seen me with my you know, proper hair. But this is actually the hair that I've had for quite some time. So I don't know. I can't decide if I'm actually going back to the mohawk long term or if I'm just taking a little mohawk break. I have been just like, because of a combination of factors, I have not been in the best mental health zone lately, which is one reason why I've actually taken a break from streaming as often as I used to, just grabbing an opportunistic stream here and there, but otherwise, what am I doing? But not streaming on the aggressive schedule that I have been historically. Oh my gosh, I'm completely stuck. What the heck? All right. Well, that's what the stuck command's for. Anyway, yeah, I haven't been in the best place, and so, you know... But one of the things that always helps me is radically changing my hairstyle. So, you know, so this is like comfort hair. So yeah, let me try to... I'm seriously just going to flip this car. This is just going to be a stream of me flipping this car again and again and again. All right, so did they actually... Yes, I am up the hill again. Nope, not going down that way. It's really interesting trying to figure out how do you recognize the right place to drive down this hill? I drive down the rocky bit so often, and I feel like I should have gotten it by now, but apparently not. All right, here we go. That was, well, it's interesting watching the arm come off, I guess. That's more what I wanted to do. All right, Cash. Let's grab this bounty. So now I got the tow hitch club. I need to turn down my volume a little bit because I like the music, but it's making it hard for me to think. All right, so I want to grab a few things that I want to make sure this community has. Like, for instance, the FDGB shotgun, which is a nice hip-holstered shotgun named after one of our favorite streamers, Fall Down Go Boom. Ooh, a Mad Norma. Absolutely. And now I can't hardly afford anything else. I've heard people say really good things about the MPX. Oh, but the actual bug-out bag. That's pretty important, too. Okay, I got both. Now I've used pretty much all of my influence. How's my inventory doing? Oh, I've still got room to pick up this plague sample. Great. All right, and let's head back. Somebody's got a mission over here. Survivor activity. Might as well do that, and then I'll hit this infestation and go back home. So what's the best way up this hill? Oh, actually, before I start going anywhere, there's a lot that's happened in the chat, and I should really catch up. Oh, hey, Localization, thanks for subscribing. That's really cool. I really appreciate it. And we're going to do that. Oh, hey, and I love it when, like, seeing, you know, folks who stream and make videos about State of Decay appreciating each other. We got Sunny Games and Localization appreciating each other's work, and I think that's awesome. Let's see. Oh, hey, Magic Man's here. Good to see you. Oh, Spec Ops is asking if I lost a bet, and that's why I have this haircut. I don't make bets like that. You know, my appearance and, you know, things like that. It's like, it's a part of, I don't know. My hair is like it's a piece of artistic expression that I take with me everywhere I go. I can't ever leave that to the whims of fate and make bets about it. It's purely an expressive, creative endeavor. I just realized I missed the shot to get across the river, so I got to go all the way down here now because I can't backtrack. That would be wasteful. Right. Oh, Director Cosmic has to wait 10 more days before he can correct the typo in his Twitch name. I'm looking forward to seeing your you know, pronounceable version of your name. That'll be really fun. Okay, so here we go. I've managed to not hit any of those cars. That was nice. So yeah, I don't know if I've got a lot of like really fun or exciting things to say today. I'm just like mentally extremely tired, but I know like it's really good for me to do these playtest streams, and so I'm doing it. But man, my brain barely works. So I hope you'll all have patience with me. Maybe not being all that interesting right now. What? He wants me to just kill some random people? Oh. Well, this character's tired, but maybe somebody else could do it. Sure, I'm in. Let's go murder. But before we go and murder, we should go and get a different character who's not exhausted. And maybe make sure we're really well equipped. I'm assuming it's... Yeah, it's those folks. Alright, cool. Well... Let's go back to base, grab another character, and commit some foul play. Oh, wait. I didn't realize we were going to get that close. No, 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 no. Nope. Now I'm wondering, have we set up a mission critical area so that if I leave, something bad happens? Good. It looks like not. Yeah, I would have triggered it by now. Because I have no desire to engage with those people while tired and armed with a crossbow. That just does not feel like a smart tactical decision. Alright. So no matter... Ah! What the... Dang it. Well, if my character wasn't tired before, she's tired now. Oh, when did he get out? Alright, well. So I ordered a Mad Norma while I was away, and she's right here. So maybe we'll take that with us. I should probably get this car out of the way, though. Red Talon SUV's done me a lot of good service, but... Let's back it up. We'll take the Mad Norma next time. Stealthy Assassin says, wow, bloaters are pretty harmless at this difficulty. Yeah, I'm playing at Dread. If you've gotten used to the Plague bloaters at the higher difficulty levels, this is, yeah, they're like night and day. Okay, so let's drop off all the stuff we don't need. Keep the stuff we do, and let's figure out a different character to play as. So, who do we want to be? Got a bunch of sick people here. I haven't played Jose in a while. Let's play Jose. Oh, he's got a bar. So that is the gun that I've been using. That's basically my main gun. I've been playing Call of Duty Vanguard lately in multiplayer, and that is basically my main gun. Like, I love the BAR, so I'm definitely holding on to that one. And yeah, G45 burst? Sure, if somebody gets real close. And he's got some heals. We should probably grab some kind of explosive? A firebomb, maybe? Wilkerson Reserve. Yeah, let's grab some fire. Okay, where's my friend? Is he still here? Yeah, there he is. All right, let's get in the Mad Norma and go. Coalición is telling me I should use bloater gas. I'd rather use my BAR. You know, it's Oh, is that the feral again? I don't. Something about the boom of this weapon really makes me happy. There it goes. It's weird. So I've been playing a lot of Last Stand Aftermath, and I've gotten used to sort of the feel of that melee combat, and because we're wielding the same kinds of weapons in the same kind of context, I'm weirdly, like, confused. It's like it just feels a little bit off now, because I've gotten used to the pace of another game. Oh, that's really strange. I just realized I'm still using my G17, so I'll need to switch to my BAR when I actually start fighting the my real targets. We'll get down there, get close first. Oh, Con Artist Games? What? What? Why are you here? I'm sitting here talking about your game. I have no idea you're in the chat. So yeah, right now, this is the time that I set aside to playtest my own game. So I don't have yours out. I actually don't want to stream yours until I'm better at it. I really want to give it a good showing. But I'm really, really pleased with it. Like, I've been having a lot of fun playing Last Stand Aftermath. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll put a link in the description when this is a YouTube video so folks can find it, because that is a really, really cool game. I hope you all are proud. I hope you're getting a really good reception. Let's just set those people on fire and let them come after us. You got him? Okay, that guy's turning into a zombie. So, we had an animator actually... He found a video... Our animator found a video of somebody who was, like, really, really high on, like, PCP or something. Like, kind of flipping out and rolling around on the ground, and that was actually the source. The reference that was used for that zombie transformation animation you saw happening in that doorway. And originally, when I was sort of writing up, my suggestion for how that animation might look, I described something very different. But that animator did such a good job of replicating that, like, sort of just wild energy that from somebody who was going through some kind of physical experience that they didn't fully understand. It looked so good that we ended up just going with what the animator did instead of what I was suggesting. It looks like we got some folks in the chat who are giving some love to Con Artist Games, which is fully appropriate and well-deserved. Oh, I always like new backpacks. Yeah, let's go with that one. Hey, buddy, are we done? Sweet. Oh, what did he give me? I gotta go put something in the car. Where'd I put the car? There it is. So yeah, one feature that we're going to be adding in Update 28 is a different icon for the last vehicle you use. So it's much easier to find on the minimap amidst all the other icons. So you don't get it confused for other vehicles, and so you don't just get lost altogether. It is so funny, like all of my habits from Last Stand Aftermath are just like kicking in here. Like I saw that I had a pipe, and I was like, ooh, a pipe. I can make a war pick. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm playing my dumb game instead of their awesome game. Oh well. Just kidding. I like my game too. But yeah, okay. Let's grab this. I'm just trying to add to the hype. So we got so Potato Tot showed up and says that they've been playing Last Stand Aftermath a bunch, and SOD2 together. Yeah, so it's interesting because like you're doing a lot of the same actions. You're like pulling left trigger to aim your gun, shooting it, then you're switching to hit to melee fight with the X button. There's just there's so many things in common. The perspective is very different, but so much of what you're doing is the same. Like holding the Y button to search a container. Like it resides in a similar part of my brain, and so I just keep like when I'm playing one of these games, part of me still thinks I'm kind of playing the other one. It's bizarre. Con Artist says, they've had similar experience. Oh, look at that beautiful lighting on my base. So for those of you who did not watch the official stream that we did about announcing Update 28, if you're not playing in the public test realm, that lighting that we've got up there, this is just the beginning. A lot of these same exact lights that we used to light up the bases in Trumbull Valley, our colleagues over at Valkyrie have gone through like 170 or 180 of our buildings have strung up those same lights so that when you claim them, or when an enclave claims them, we can light them up so they actually look lived in, instead of it looking like people just like to sit around and hang out in the dark in this world, which is a lot of fun. Essentially, I mean, there's several things coming in Update 28, but that's one of the ones that I'm most excited about. All right, so we did a lot of the stuff we wanted to do. We got rid of that hostile enclave, but I never did go back to that infestation. Oh, and also, there is a not completely scavenged supply drop over here that I need to take care of. So I'm just cleaning up my messes. That's all I'm doing here. Wait, I'm sitting here reading the chat, and I've actually lost track of where I was going. Oh, yeah, here we go. This direction. Somewhere over here. I think, was this an Independence backdrop? Or, I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, no, it's just some random weapons. Sweet. Okay, great. Well, I've got some Z piercers now. Really, depending on the animation you use, aren't all of our weapons Z piercers? Oh yeah, so Con Artist Games is talking about the fact that they've had a few woes with their original release where some of their localization didn't come through, and so they've got audience members who are complaining that that it didn't show up in Spanish. That is the kind of thing that happens all the time. Like, yeah, I mean, I feel so bad for the Coalición and their audience. You know, they're basically a big part of our sort of Spanish-speaking community, and we had a weird round of localization recently where I'm not sure exactly what happened. It's sort of an area of the team that I'm not super closely involved with, but something went weird, and like sort of the language, language standards that are being used to sort of describe different parts of our game, for some reason got messed up, and they're using the wrong words for everything, and it was really awkward. So we are in progress on fixes on that, and I think that some of them might make update 28 and some of them might not. But we're definitely working on it, and we really want people who speak all kinds of different languages to be able to play our game. I wish it was easy just to have the game be in like every language, but unfortunately, it can be really difficult, especially languages that have alphabets that are completely different from the one we use in English. We were talking about, for instance, sorting things in the supply locker. Like, should we sort things alphabetically? Well, I guess that kind of depends on which language you're talking about. Alphabetizing isn't always the same proposition in every language. The way I know how it works in English, but we've got a lot of languages that don't even use our same alphabet, and so there's different rules, and you got to take that kind of stuff into account. It can be awkward. Con Artist Game says, localization is literally magic. I don't know how it happens. Yeah, no, it feels the same way to me. Like, I think if I ever went back to college and had to pick like a major, I would probably choose linguistics, because some of the most fascinating questions and answers that I've ever sort of learned, like as I just have been reading things as an adult after, long after coming out of school, weird stuff about language is some of my favorite stuff to learn about. It's amazing that we have effectively the same brains, everybody across the world, and we're able to do so many weird and different contorted things with them by speaking different languages. Like, you would think that our languages would be more similar than they are. There are ways in which all human languages, are similar. There are, things that human languages never do and things that they always do. But those lists are surprisingly small. There's a lot of flexibility in how people can talk to each other. And it's amazing that it's even possible to take a game and express it in different languages. And so people who do that professionally, who are really good at finding the right words and the right, other culture relevant changes that you need to make in order to make a game comprehensible in different places, they're amazing. Oh crap, no! Don't bite me in the middle of a fire, you jerk zombie! Ah! Yeah, so Con Artist, I think that I'm probably not. Wow, I've attracted all the zombies. I guess it's maybe the fact that I'm firing a BAR at everybody. But yeah, Con Artist, I think that I'm probably going to delay streaming Last End until I've at least gotten through that, what's it called, Herc wall? Like, I haven't even gotten out of the first area. I've played through the first area a bunch of times. I get into that final area, and there's this big, fat, giant zombie that just murders me. And I don't know how much damage to do to it in order to kill it. So I just gotta, store up as much ammunition, as many grenades as I can, and just try to make it happen. But, yeah, so far your game's kicking my butt, though I still am enjoying every second of it. All right. Charles the Charger, that's the name of that zombie? Okay, I'll have to remember that. Yeah, so Charles, I have not yet figured out my way around Charles. Because I tend to try to play stealthy. And then I'll inevitably accidentally attract a pack of children. I'll end up having to just like swing my board like a million times and just. I do really love, by the way, the fact that you've got something that we need to think about a little bit more is it you've got a lot more variance in Last Stand Aftermath between like a zombie with high health and a zombie with low health, and there's really sort of a pronounced difference between, say, you got one of those like baby zombies charging at you. Oh gosh! And they basically just take like a single hit from a board. Is all that it takes to knock them completely out of commission. Whereas there's some other zombies that you can just empty a clip into, and they stay up, and that gives you so much more room to sort of scale up the damage that the player can do, have the player really benefit from getting additional equipment, things like that. Whereas like in State of Decay, because we kind of made this commitment to this sort of zombie lore thing at the very beginning, where it's like it's always just one shot, one kill to the head. That means that, like, particularly when you're using guns, there's very little difference between fighting one zombie and another. We don't have a lot of that space to sort of make your character upgrades relevant, to make your weapon upgrades relevant. And so the fact that we just don't have a lot of travel space between, high health and low health enemies means that basically it's just our juggernauts and plague hearts that really make that stuff matter. And so we've got this huge variety of guns and a huge variety of ammo calibers, and they don't matter unless you're fighting a juggernaut, which is, kind of silly. Hello, zombies. Goodbye, zombies. Oh, by the way, I'm really missing my skill that I had in Last Stand where dodging through enemies knocks them all down. That's a really nice one. There you go. You needed some help. Okay, well, we got through that infestation, and we looted the building, so let's head back home. Oh, no! Oh, no, you zombies are getting on my car. Let's just stop that. Oh, wait. There you go. Eat mailbox. So, con artist, it's funny, like, is there a place in your game where I can actually see the names of the enemies? I don't know what to call them. Calling them baby zombies just sounds a little bit weird. You're calling them scamps, which of course sounds like a much nicer term. Wait, did somebody else use that term for like little zombies already? Is that like a what was that Bend Studio game, the motorcyclist game? Did they have scamps, or am I remembering wrong? Okay, no, so you left it open on purpose. So you've got internal names for all of them, but you're kind of leaving it up to the audience to kind of figure out what we want to call these things. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That's kind of, it's an interesting... So we actually had a thing that we were going to do during the development of State of Decay 2, where we were going to try to create the impression that everybody was playing in the same world. Which means that, if I'm in Meager Valley and you're in Meager Valley, like right now, that feels a little bit like... we're in the same place. We're in different. It's like we're in the multiverse. We're in different universes. In equivalently the same town. Early on, we were thinking it was going to be important, and we ended up deciding that this was not important. But early on, we thought it was going to be important to make players feel like all of their communities could exist in the same world. And so we were going to superficially vary the maps and also give them different names. We actually have a randomly generated name system for the maps. That for each map, it actually, so originally it was going to be combining these names. So instead of Meager Valley, you'd have Trumbull Valley, or some other valley, or something Dale, or whatever. We just have these randomly combined names, the same way we have with our characters, randomly combined names. And we still have it, it's just there's only one option for every map. But yeah, the thing we realized was, if we didn't give players a consistent name to call each of the maps, they would have to make up their own, because they want to talk to each other about the maps. They want to be able to say Meager Valley and everyone knows what they're talking about, instead of having to invent their own names. And so it's interesting, like Charles the Charger, for instance, your community has named this thing because they need to be able to talk about him. Otherwise, and so they're going to come up with silly names for him, because that's, we're going to end up with Bodie McBoatface being the name of this map would be called Bodie McBoatface if we hadn't applied a name to it. Newts in Days Gone. That's what I was thinking. Not scamps, newts. That makes sense. I should go back and play Days Gone at some point. Like I played a little bit at the beginning to get the sense of what the game was, but it's I often get into the situation where it's like there's so many games coming so hard and so fast. Like I can't play any of them for any length of time unless I get super super committed to them. Oh yeah, so Stealthy Assassin is pointing out another issue, which is internal names for things versus external names for things. Stealthy Assassin is making fun of plague spheres, which I don't think I've got any. Oh, here we go. So this is called plague territory. This little bubble of nastiness that appears around a plague heart. Officially, this is called plague territory. But when I first pitched it to the team, like back in 2019, I called it Plague Spheres of Influence, or Plague Spheres for short, as sort of like a shorthand. I didn't think I had come up with the official name for these things, but I needed a name to call them, and I just hadn't bothered to put the thought into what we should call them, so I just called them the first word that came to mind. But we called them Plague Spheres for so long on the team, we ended up calling them that on a live stream, and calling it that in like our written communications occasionally by accident. And so now, like, a lot of our hardcore players call them Plague Spheres instead of calling them Plague Territory, which is the name that we actually wanted to use. And so that's actually something we've talked about, even just this week, as we're working on future stuff. Like, we've got a couple of garbage temp names for things right now on features that you haven't seen yet. And like, one of our designers made an impassioned plea just in a meeting the other day for us to stop doing that. Like, if we're gonna commit to a thing in the game, we need to stop and figure out what it's called, and everyone call it that, so that we can be consistent in our messaging and people know what to call things. Yeah, con artist. Yeah, it is amazing what sticks. Okay, so I think I've kind of accomplished what I wanted to with this community right now. And I've been streaming for about half an hour, so I think it's time for me to sort of to put a break. For those of you who are joining me who haven't watched my stream before, I'm breaking these up into YouTube videos, so I do a little YouTube end screen to cut it off, and then I'll start another video, but it'll all be one continuous stream, so you can just stick around for the next thing I do. But for right this second, I'm going to end a YouTube video. So if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'll put a little button right there, and you can click on that. It'll be great. The next thing that I do with Salt of the Earth will go here, but it might take a while, so I'll probably put something else there as a placeholder.